Welcome to our second episode of Working with Manus. In this episode, we're going to see if Manus can call an API or not. If you haven't watched the first episode, please pause this one, go to watch the third episode where I explain all the components of Manus and everything that is included. It will help you understand what I'm going to show right now, because I'm not going to explain the organization of Manus in every video. So go to the first one and come back. Welcome back if you had to watch the previous episode, and let's go right into it. So I wanted to see if Manus can call an API, and I wanted to make it as simple as possible. So I went on the internet and find a very simple API that is an API that will give you a quote, a random quote from a large database of quote. Yeah. And because I've seen through different trials that Manus needs direction, I show him the page to the API. Yeah. So these are my instructions. Use this API, find a famous quote from a first person, find a picture of that person. In this one, I'm assuming that Manus is going to go and look for it on the internet. Add the quote onto the person image with the quotation marks, make the final picture available for download. So I'm very precise in the steps that I want Manus to go through. So Manus started to work diligently, create his to-do list, and trying to access the API. Yeah. So because I gave him a link to the API description, he has to go through the internet to find actually the code here and read the code. So far, so good. Access to the Code Garden API, continue, and then it's writing some code. So it's writing some Python code to go and test the API. Looks okay, very similar to what we saw in the description. Encountered an issue, cannot access. Actually, that's very normal because I use a public listing of APIs. Maybe those APIs are not maintained, they are free to use. So Manus by itself is doing a search and find other APIs through the search API. Great initiative. Find another one, all right, writing the code, same thing, executing that code. Doesn't work, server error, all right? Doesn't give up, find the third API, trying to call it, and this time, yeah, connection pool, blah, 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 error message, failed to resolve this one, all right? So network error. Now, finally, Manus is giving up. Manus is like, okay, I can't do it. He tried by itself, he tried for 3 different APIs. Now it's giving up, which is great. I don't want an agent that is like hitting its head to the wall and not getting anywhere. Yeah. So he says, okay, I have another idea. I'm going to create a quote database. And there it really derails. It's making these quotes up. Let's say they're accurate. Let's say they are real, but then it's not what I wanted to test. I wanted to test its ability to call API. Anyway, let's continue. So there are APIs here that he made up by himself. Writing the code that will randomly select one, and that's it. So now he has a code that he made up by itself. It's a code from Steve Jobs. All right. Now let's see if he can finish the instruction, find a picture of Steve Jobs and put the quote on top of it. So now looking for Steve Jobs and find an image of Steve Jobs on Getty, right? So then, yeah, it's there, and then reviewing the search results. Also looking at Shutterstock. Here's a CAPTCHA. Cannot deal with the CAPTCHA. So now it's offering me different options. Try with another image source, have a free stock image, or maybe a placeholder with Steve Jobs, or continue with Getty. There. Then I say 1, go and find another image source search. So here Manus is asking me, it's waiting for me. I give it the answer and it continues. So now it's looking for one. It's finding one in Wikimedia. So it's an image that is free of any royalties. All right. There are browser issues. So this is a technical issue that happens from time to time. Finding another way to download it, and it found one on Pixabay. So Pixabay is a website where you have royalty-free pictures. So far, so good. Finding the image, all right, clicking on the element. So here is browsing the website, executing the command, finding the picture. And now, okay, they're viewing the picture and adding the text on top of it, all right? So very happy, I successfully created an image with the Steve Jobs quote overlay on it. Here's the final result for you to download. I'm going to show you the picture, let you judge it by yourself, and this will end our session on Manus's ability to call an API, find a picture, and put the quote on it.